Hey guys, it's Aaron, head coach at Homer. Today I want to show you the start of the core conditioning, right? Core conditioning is super important, but there's two things we need to prepare the body for. Like number one is going to be breathing first. Like we need to be able to breathe correctly through the diaphragm. So the second thing is to know, and this is some like really good advice, if you are tight in the hips, the core is not going to function correctly if we're super tight in the hips, right? So like we need to also focus on a lot of stretching around the glutes, the hip flexors, adductors, and the hamstrings as well, okay? Because all the core like muscles tie into the hips. So to get the most out of a core conditioning program, like we need to have good like hip flexibility and like mobility. So the first thing I want to show you guys is how to breathe, right? So most people are breathing incorrectly. So when you breathe in, you should be able to push the stomach out, right? So I just want you to take 10 breaths. Breathe in, push out, exhale, that drops down. Breathe in through the nose, push the belly out like a big full stomach, and then exhale, right? About 70% of people cannot do this. Why? Because they're so conditioned to chest breathing, right? So this plays a big like mechanical problem on the spine as well if we're not breathing correctly. So what I suggest is you practice your breathing technique, okay? 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at night. Okay, so once you've got the diaphragmatic breathing correct, so what you want to do is breathe in, pop your hand under the back here, so one hand on the stomach, breathe in, push out, exhale, start to draw the belly in and add pressure on the hand and hold this for 10 seconds. What we're doing now is stimulating through the lower abs and getting that contraction, putting the pressure there, okay? But I don't want you to breathe in, draw in, and then a lot of people push out to put that pressure, right? So that's the faulty recruitment pattern that we don't want. So we should be able to breathe in, exhale, and holding that there for 10 seconds, keeping that pressure on the hand, right? So we would do that approximately about 10 times, right? So that would be the number one conditioning for the lower abs. Another one I want to show you is for the transverse abdominal. So this is like your weight belt that attaches around into the lower part of your back. So this is another super important core exercise to make sure that we're stable through the hips and the pelvis. So keeping a neutral spine, imagine a stick on your back, right? I don't want you to round. I want your hands directly under your chest and like your knees under your hips. From here, breathe in, again, push the belly out. As you exhale, draw that up into the spine and contract everything around there again, like holding that for 10 seconds. But I want you to imagine that that waistline is getting smaller, like he's trying to make your waist smaller, right? And that's your transverse starting to activate. We hold that for 10 seconds. Breathe in, exhale, small like waistline, holding that for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, breathe in, exhale, draw up and in, right? So again, you can do that 10-second contraction up to 10 sets, and that's going to help strengthen that transverse abdominis, right? So that's going to make things a lot stronger, more stable in the hips and pelvis, and it's going to be more like beneficial for like when you go into more squats, like deadlifts, etc. Right? One last thing I want to show you, like with the breathing, which is super important, is once you start to lift a lot like heavier, right? Your core like muscles is like made up of your diaphragm, your pelvic floor, lower abs, transverse, which attaches into a multifidus. So like when you're going through like deadlifts or squats, what you want to do is when you come up through the contraction, example, like a deadlift, you want to breathe out through pierced lips. So you breathe in, breathe out through pierced lips. Okay, so what that does is charges up that cylinder, right? So it's going to charge up all that pressure in your diaphragm, and it's going to create a intra-abdominal core strength, right? Protecting your back. So that is going to be like really important for keeping you safe in all your big lifts.